Did you know, according to a study by New York Times, we consume equal to 174 full newspaper worth of content every day? Also reported by them, a person commonly consumes around 34 gigabytes of information daily. We spend numerous hours of our day collecting data through social media, at work, at schools, colleges and universities, and at home. Our brains continuously pick up relevant and irrelevant information as we come across them. We tend to keep that information in our brains just because one day it might come in handy. Still, as time passes, it gets harder for us to keep that piece of information intact within our brain, and soon we forget about it. If you are facing this situation of information overload and can't remember most of the information that you come across, then building a second brain will make your life a lot easier. Stay tuned till the end of this video because here are the things that you will learn in this video. I will share what the second brain is, why do you need it, and how can you build and organize your second brain through the code process and para method for an efficient and effective access to information. Suppose you are still confused with the term the second brain. That is okay. It is a relatively new concept in the productivity ecosystem. Let me try to help you understand it. How many times you tried to recall an important information but you failed? For example, imagine you are in a meeting and your boss shares some vital statistics about the company with you. At the moment you are confident that you will remember them, but if not written down, after some time there is a high probability that you will not be able to recall them. We find ourselves in this situation several times a day just because our brain has limited capacity and can never remember every information that we come across. For this, the author introduces the concept of the second brain. A second brain could be a physical place like a notebook or a virtual place like different applications on your phone and laptop to store any information, such as quotes from an audiobook, highlights from an article, an inspiring tweet, name of a useful website, takeaways from seminars and courses that you attended, meeting notes, exciting ideas, birthdays of your family and friends, grocery list, memories of your childhood, a direction to a place, a voice note to yourself, or a photo of a product that you may need in the future. With that said, the second brain is a place where we store all kinds of information in any format, so that our brains don't have the constant pressure, invest the energy on remembering them. It is like a personal Google that only contains the information that you have come across in your life. We already use many second brains to store important information such as Google Calendar, your password manager, your to-do list, sticky notes, pictures on your gallery, and the highlights on the pages of the book that you're reading. Imagine how difficult the life would be without the presence of Google Calendar. Now imagine combining all these mini brains in one place where you can organize information in a systematic way, where you can find information effectively and efficiently at any time. That would be your second brain, where you can store every piece of information that you come across without worrying about forgetting it, and recall it and use it at any time of your life. The second brain acts as a thinking tool for us. Without the second brain, our brains constantly multitask by processing previous and current information, leading to mental and physical exhaustion. Unfortunately, due to overload of information in our today's world, we mainly use our brain to remember information, whereas our brain has far more capabilities than a remembering machine, such as problem solving, creative thinking, learning new skills, and more. But when it comes to these hard-thinking jobs, our brains give up on us because it's already exhausted by processing all this different information in our brains. That is why we need a second brain to do the simple task of storing valuable information for us and letting our actual brain to do what it is excellent at it. Additionally, your second brain will help you keep and organize your knowledge and apply them in the future projects without spending so much time in finding information from scratch. For example, if you're giving a presentation on happiness, the quote that you found years ago, the highlights from the book that you read, and the best practices from your friend on happiness will already give you 30 to 40% of the content for your presentation. And you can quickly find all this information in your second brain by just searching for happiness. The second brain does not only store information for you, but also it makes it borderless and limitless. As mentioned earlier, the second brain is not something fictional or unachievable. It is in fact the notebook, a folder of different files, your Google Drive, the hard disk of your computer, or any other physical or virtual place that stores the information that you should have kept otherwise in your brain. There is no hard and fast rule regarding what can be your second brain. It depends on your preference, and it can be as simple as keeping a notebook where you can write all your ideas and most important information from your meetings. But remember, whatever you choose, it must be effective and efficient. The main purpose of the second brain is to save your time. It should not get you stuck in a pile of files or 1,000 pages to flip. A report from International Data Corporation found that 26% of a typical knowledge worker's days is spent only looking for and consolidating information spread across various systems. This shows even if the information is stored in a variety of places, it can lead information getting misplaced or even end up confusing us. For example, if we keep different notebooks for different purposes, we may never open or touch them simply because it's not practical. Therefore, one of the ways of not misplacing or forgetting the written information is to switch to a one-stop digital platform that can serve all your needs in one place. With digital platforms, we can search the information, keep it organized in different folders, sync it across different devices, and store any kind of information in any format, such as photos, videos, voice notes, links, etc. According to author, an excellent second brain should have these 11 features. Search. How quickly can you search the information? Duplicate. Does it allow you to duplicate? Access. How quickly can you access information with minimum hassle? Share. How easily can you share with other people? Ease of use. How easy it is to use, navigate, and edit. Upgrade. Can you upgrade for more features and advanced levels as your need increases? Transfer. Can you transfer your information to a different application? Link. How easily can you link different resources? Capture. How easily it allows you to capture any information. Organize. How it organizes your information. And security. How secure is it to use? Some of these digital notes include Evernote, Notion, Roam, OneNote, Apple Notes, and Google Docs. If you have never used any of these, you can find the link to these websites in the description. Whichever app you use for your second brain, the author suggests using the code process and para method to utilize and structure your notes better. The code stands for capture, organize, distill, and express. It is the process or journey of your second brain. Let me briefly share about them one by one. Capture. Whenever we surf the internet, there is an overload of content and everything may seem important or exciting to us. However, if we keep storing every piece of information that we come across, it will be impossible for us to keep track of or filter the information in the time of need. According to the author, capture only the information that inspires you, is helpful to you, is personal to you, and is surprising to you. If it sounds too difficult, as a simple rule of thumb, capture any information that resonates with you. Organize. After capturing the information you need, it is time to organize it. We often get confused about which information should be stored in what place to make the second brain effective and efficient. And for these, the para method of folders comes in handy. Para stands for projects, areas, resources, and archives. Code is the process of utilizing the information, but para is the structure of your second brain. Every piece of information that you capture should go in one of these 4 folders. In the project folder, we can store all the information related to what we are currently working on. For example, your current job, a creative project that you are doing, a new skill that you are learning, or any other projects that you are doing now. In areas folder, we store the information related to something that we will be gathering as long as we live, such as finances or health. In resources folder, we store information that might be helpful in the future. For example, an article on a country that you want to visit next. And finally, we have archives, where we store information from all the other 3 folders that we have already used them or put them on hold. The author refers to this as cold storage, as it doesn't clutter all the other information in our second brain while still being intact. Still, our second brain can be packed with amazing information and ideas, but they will be of no use if we can't efficiently find any particular information at a particular time. You should quickly find an information rather than getting lost in lengthy articles when you need that information. For this, the author suggests that we store the information in an easily accessible way by linking different parts, highlighting the keynotes, and summarizing lengthy information into short paragraphs. Express. All the previous steps have only one purpose: to help you express your work and ideas that you have been generating. Whatever you want to create from the information that you have gathered in the past years, share it with others, get their feedback on your work, and improve it. That is the whole point behind the second brain. It is not only to serve as a storage of information, but it is also to serve as a medium of transforming the information to a product or an outcome. In today's world, where we are continuously bombarded with information, you can't deny that there is a growing need for having a second brain. You will need it sooner or later. Better start now so you can store the information from now, which can help you with your next project. There are many free and paid applications that you can use for your second brain. If you're unsure which application suits your needs, the author has many videos on different applications and their features on his YouTube channel that is dedicated to building a second brain. You can find the link to his channel in the description below. I personally found Notion as the best option, and I have been using it for several months. I am loving it. Leave a comment to let me know what application you are using or you are planning to use. Also, if you're interested, explore these playlists on weight loss and procrastination. Thank you so much for watching till the end. As always, like to support, share to spread the knowledge, and comment to connect. See you at the next one. Much love and bye.